We are Annabelle Schreiber, Ella Jacobs, and Aisha Olashawari, and we are part of the Pine Jog Fellowship, a 3-semester-long program in which we explore the environmental issues of South Florida and work to make a difference in our community.
During the summer course, we visited Mounts Botanical Garden and Grassy Waters Reserve, where we became interested in the importance of Florida native plants and the benefits that they bring to the surrounding ecosystem and its biodiversity. We also became intrigued in gardening when guest speaker Farmer Jay spoke to the class.
The community issue we chose to address was biodiversity. We really saw a need at Dreyfus School of the Arts where there was a native garden that was not maintained prior to our intervention. There was many dead plants and little variety in vegetation, which reflected in the negativity overall of the biodiversity of the area.
The policy and practice that contributed to our issue was the lack of maintenance of the garden. No one took care of the garden, which resulted in many dead plants, and many people littered around the area due to its already unappealing appearance. We wanted to change both the policy and practice of the upkeep and maintenance of the garden to ensure that the biodiversity as well as the aesthetic of the garden is maintained.
How do you think the garden made you feel before the improvement, like the atmosphere and the attitude of this building?
I was a little bit disappointed because I felt like students littering and the fountain not being taken care of and neglected, even though it was like in honor of somebody. It made me a little bit upset with the school. I feel like the morals of the school are different than that. I think we could do better.
Are you willing to sustain the garden and help us in the future?
Yeah, I would dedicate after school hours and weekends because I'm really, I thought this was such a great cause and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Do you think students are littering less now that the garden has improved?
Definitely. I think that since we've done the garden, it's made people realize that it can be beautiful, and that's encouraged them to keep up with keeping it clean.
Do you think students and staff are noticing the garden?
Yes, definitely. One day that we were after school working on the garden, we had a teacher, Mr. Stodolak, come and compliment on how he thought that this was a really good thing for us to be doing.
Thank you.
One project that we originally considered was converting the broken fountain that is located near the garden into a native garden because of the dirty water and trash it accumulates. This would increase biodiversity as well as improve the appearance of the area. Although we were unable to get this approved by the district, they agreed to restore the fountain because of our inquiry. Our target audience for our project targeting biodiversity is the student body and staff at Dreyfus School of the Arts.
The CBSM tools we used were primarily incentives and communication. The incentive was making the area look more appealing and making it a healthier environment for the students and staff at Dreyfus School of the Arts. The communication tool we used was posters to spread the word about the native garden, and we got people to volunteer and help us. During a speech we made to an art class, we recruited many volunteers who became interested in the garden after we spoke. The project we chose was restoring the rundown native garden surrounding the fountain because we wanted to increase the variety of plants and the overall diversity of this area. Our community partners were Mr. Barrett, the assistant principal at Dreyfus School of the Arts, Janine Rizzo, the school wellness coordinator, and Lisa Toy, the Green Schools coordinator. An obstacle that we faced was getting donations from nurseries. We overcame this through giving out community service hours to students who donated plants. In the future, we rely on student donations to continue to grow and expand our garden.
In the end, the garden was a success. We accomplished a garden with more of a variety of plants and biodiversity with an improved appearance. The measurable impacts were an inventory of the different animals, plants, and insects found before and after the garden was planted. We also did a survey to see how some students and teachers felt about the garden before and after we restored it.
We are very proud of our project in accomplishing a healthier, more diverse environment for the students and staff at Dreyfus. If we were given the chance to change some of our past actions, we would use more advertising techniques earlier in the project so we could get more students involved, even though we had many who were really excited to help. To make our project sustainable, we have delegated maintenance positions to our peers as well as establishing our own club that will keep up with the garden and work on other projects concerning school wellness.